This is the Neel 43 Trimaran we've been sailing around the Florida Keys for the last 2 weeks. This boat is all about performance and speed, but is still a comfortable cruiser. We touched 12 knots with this boat, but could still sail at 6 knots and only 9 knots of breeze. It's a very beamy boat with a wide cockpit for entertaining. It has a comfortable salon and a functional galley. This Neel 43 is set up with 3 cabins and 1 head. This boat is for sale from Performance Yacht Sales. Click the link in the description for more information. All right, guys, it's time for me to give you a tour of this brand new Neel 43 we've been sailing for the last few weeks. Really enjoyed our time on it, and you know what, I like to film these boat tours kind of at the end, so that, you know, I've really been on this boat full time for over 2 weeks now, so I've gotten to know the boat very well and all the systems and all the little components and how everything works on the boat, and so I will kind of go over that stuff with you now. I'm going to start on the bow, and I'm going to kind of film this like my Boat Tour Tuesday style. If you haven't checked that channel, please check it out. I've done a few videos on there. I need to do more. But nice big bow area with the 2 huge trampolines that are fun for hanging out. Right now we got one made up into a dog toilet. Sorry guys, but we'll get rid of that and have that all clean before this boat moves on. But we have the twin head sails here, which comes standard. So you have this really big Genoa, I think it's like 120% Genoa, something like that, that can handle knots, speeds up to 28 knots. And then we have this, the smaller jib for higher winds. And then forward of that, there is a setup for a spinnaker, which there's the halyard for that, which we have used several times. It's a lot of fun. This one has a sock version that comes with it. I'm sure there's some video up there. Then you have your windlass and your foot controls there, and I believe I can also control the windlass from the helm station back there. And then your chain locker up here, which has room for lots of chain and storage. We put some fenders in there when they're not being used. So nice big area there. It is kind of neat when you're sailing along, the upwind hull will fly out of the water. Then a vent here going into the forward cabin. And kind of the nice thing I'll show you when we get inside is that the windows, from sitting in the chart table back down there, you can see basically 360 degrees throughout the boat, and you have your ports on either side for getting airflow through. On either side here, you have these 2 huge, I guess you could make them like a captain's cabin, but this one just has storage. So there's the spinnaker down there. And then, you know, it's a huge space. If you wanted to make this like a little captain's quarters or a little extra bedroom, or just store all your toys and stuff in here, it's actually a really big space. There you go. And then on the other side, I won't open it because it's just exactly the same right there. Going forward, that whole thing is storage space there. It has 2 160-watt solar panels. I've been really impressed. Like, that's been enough to power the whole boat. So we haven't really had to run the generator. We only ran it one night when we needed air conditioning, but that's standard. And then you can see all this other like smooth area here. That's if you want to add more solar panels. I mean, just by looking at that, you could easily add another at least 1,000 watts here going on both sides around there. This is for your handholds when you're kind of move around and it's a little lumpy out there. And then coming back to the mast, one of the new features on the Neel 43 is the black mast. Kind of gives it that racy, sporty look. It's not carbon, it's still aluminum, but it makes it look cool. And then it's also, what is standard now is the black sailbag with the red Neel. And what I really like about the sailbag here is that there's no zippers. You can see the straps coming around. It's an easy way to strap that down. If you've ever tried to zip up, especially as they get older, the zippers deteriorate and they're really hard to deal with. But I've liked this from the very beginning. The color is new, but their design has been the same from the last boat we did. Which brings us back to the helm station here. It is kind of neat here. This is the Garmin chart plotter. It's an integrated design for Neel. So I can go to home page here and I can select my charts or whatever I want to do there. And then if I go back to the home page, I can select Neel here, and then that brings up basically all the home page for everything. So you can see you got all your lights here for your navigation lights and compass lights and all that stuff here. You have your battery switches for your engine, your winches, and your windlass. You can go up and down with the anchor right there, and then it gives you your fuel quantity. Now, if I'm gonna start over here on the right side and go to energy, so now I can see my battery, my service battery has 13.3 volts, it's 100%. The secondary batteries, you know, for the engine start and all that, are 13.8 and 13.3. The shore power is there. The solar is making 6 amps right now. That's running the refrigerator and everything, and then I can turn the inverter on and off right there. You cover the fluids. water is at 50%, fuel's at 73, so you can keep tabs on that. Let's see here, and I'll go to bilge pumps, so you can turn those on and off as you need, reset fuses for that. And then your switches here, you can turn on and off your refrigerator, your water pumps, seawater pump, USB, all your VHF, everything here, your fusion stereo, do that. And then if you hit here, you can control your fusion stereo here. I got the media, so now I can select Bluetooth device and run my source here for the Bluetooth stereo. And then if it's like really wet or out there, you don't want to have to use the control pad or the touch screen, you can actually do everything right here with this pad. And then it's got the engine controls here. It's got a single Volvo Penta 50 horsepower, which is enough to get this boat up to 7.5 knots. And then your bow thruster here. Because it is a multi-hull and only a single engine, it's really nice to have a bow thruster. It helps you get in and out of marinas. When you're docking this boat, you treat it like a monohull. So, you know, you need to, if you're backing into a space, you need to have a little bit of speed so that you pull it in, and then the bow thruster, you can help steer the boat pretty easily. All right, we'll come over here to, so, you know, nice big seating here. You can fit 3 people on the seat if you needed to. We've often sat up there and hung out. The wheel here, and then all your sailing lines and everything are right here. This is a powered 2-speed winch that can control your main halyard, your spinnaker halyard, the reefing lines, and your main sheets right here. You got 2 main sheets. I like having 2 main sheets so that you can control the sail shape a little bit better. And then, so you got all, you know, your clutches there. And then you have this, what is it, single line furler or windlass as well. So you go up and down with that, and that actually controls your topping lift. And what you do is, so the sail bag here is really, has really strong lazy jack lines on it. It has a bunch of them. You know, so what you do is you use your topping lift, which comes back off the back of the boom there, and it lowers down, and that picks up your dinghy and puts it on there. So that way, you know, just you're using, you know, your winch to lift up the dinghy, so you don't have to manhandle it, and it sits right there in that spot. And then over here for your Genoa and your jib sheets. This is not a powered winch, but don't really need it. And then you have your cleats holding, you know, each line here for your sheets. And then this is like a little air vent for the head. It does have a full enclosure you can put around here if you want, for inclement weather. And I like it how you can access it from both sides. You can come down this way. Sorry, I got a bunch of crap there. Or you can come down here into the cockpit. So let's go down into the cockpit. So seating right here, we've often had the girls laying out right there when the sun's been nice behind us. And then right here again is where your dinghy would sit right on top of that, using the topping lift to lift it right up. You have these big transom platforms, making it easy to get on and off the boat. And then, oh, back here you do have your winch here for your jib and Genoa furlers, and then also your turning block back here to the winch. This would be used for the spinnaker. Coming back here to the main table, we had most of our meals out here. You know, nice big space. You know, you can fit 6-8 people around here. This is, you know, just a cooler that we brought. Otherwise, you'd have access to get through there, but you can still step through pretty easy. And then coming around on the other side. Oh, let me show you over here. This door lifts up, and you have a lot of storage under here. So big space here. You can store sails or fenders or whatever you need. It goes pretty far back in there. And then over here as well, there's more storage on that side behind that red curtain. And then on the port side of the cockpit, you know, another winch for your spinnaker, and then a big hatch here. And this is where we're storing the fenders and lines. Really big space. You can see it just kind of goes back in there a ways. So for storing space there. And then you got your water hose here for, you know, when you get off the boat after swimming, because there is the ladder right there for getting up. Now coming into the salon, it's kind of cool, like these doors and windows open all the way up. So these doors slide all the way, those windows slide all the way. So let me open that up and show you. So with that open, you can see it kind of expands the whole cockpit into the salon and the salon into the cockpit. Huge seating area around here for, you know, well, puppies at the moment. But you can sit 8 people around that, no problem. Coming in, you have your galley on the right-hand side. Not a gimbal stove because it's a multi-hull, you don't really need it. And then the oven down below. Lots of storage up here. and here and here. All these are storage down there, and then more in here, and then your pantry and stuff up here, spaces for that. Sorry, I should have taken out the trash before I did this, but it does have an integrated trash chute right here. You lift it up, you can put your trash right in there. Let me open the blinds to this. So this would be the master cabin. I'm gonna open up the blinds so you can see a little better. From inside the salon, you basically have a 360 view. You can see out the port side, the front, all the way around. And then with the master blinds open, you can see over on the starboard side as well. I might as well take you into the master cabin right now. So this is it right here. Queen size bed. So it's got, for privacy, these shades come down, and then there's a curtain that crawls there, plus then these shades crawl down so you can get nice and private in here. Has a nice window over the bed for airflow. Same with a fan up there. And it does have its own air conditioning unit just for this room right here. This is your hanging locker, and then you have cabinets and storage in the back there. This is the forward cabin. A little bit smaller bed. I don't know, you'd call that a full size or something, but lots of storage underneath the bed, plus storage up here and to the left. This is, life vests and everything over there, but you can store them wherever you want, and then more storage on the side over here for storing your clothes and everything. And it has its own air conditioner in here as well. And kind of a cool thing is that when you're underway, you can open up this little screen and you can get a picture of outside while you're sailing. So cool there. Nice feature. It's kind of cool when you're flying that hull. You see it up out of the water. It's pretty nice. More storage and cabinets here. All right, just coming out of here is your refrigerator. Decent size, plus it has its own freezer on top. So, I mean, we were on this boat for 2 weeks with a bunch of people, and it was enough space for us. So kind of seating here where you can sit on either side. So like when it's been cold or windy, I would sit right here, and then I can see out throughout the whole boat all the way around 360 degrees, see behind me and right there. And then I can steer the boat with the autopilot right here at the chart table. So again, this is the same chart plotter you had up front, and then I can come here and then I can put my nav chart right there, and there you go. And then I can bring up my autopilot right here, and now I can control the autopilot right here. So then I can just steer everything, don't have to move. And then another little Garmin here you can use for whatever you want. You can have wind or whatever you want there. Your main service and your motor service. If you need to turn power off to something real quick, you can just hold down this button and it turns down all the service functions. Same with the motor right here, so you don't have to go through there. Just a little USB. Oh, no, I'm sorry, that's for your Garmin chart plotter. And then, but USB there, and then radio. There you go. It has the generator controls right here, and then the salon has its own air conditioner, and basically you control all the inside and outside lights from these 4 switches right here, and they're dimmable. So like if it's too bright, you just hold it down, it'll dim the light. And then here is your control for your water maker. All right, the last cabin on the boat is over here. I don't know, I'd call that a full size, maybe. I'm not sure. I don't know my bed sizes. It's not a queen, but it's slightly smaller than a queen, but we had 2 people sleeping on that. And then it's got a curtain that closes all the way for privacy. There's no door here, but this probably wouldn't be like this is just for guests occasional. And then there's tons of storage. I've got so much stuff shoved up in there right now under there. And then all these cabinets are a new add-on for Neel here. So you have all these cabinets and storage. So this would be a great storage area if you were out cruising. This is the head. Single head. The faucet there also connects to your shower, and then you have a drain down here, storage in here, and then back here is kind of a cool area where you got like a place to hang stuff up. You can hang up your your wetsuits or wet gear or whatever you want to get it out of the way, and that's your holding tank right there. You just clip the valve underneath to. Ooh, there's some pair of panties back there. Should have cleaned up. I don't know whose those are, but anyway. So and then you get access here to more. You can get back there from behind the helm station. You can get access to all your equipment there if you need to change something out. Finally, one of the coolest parts about the Neel's family of boats is their technical room. So underneath the floor here is just everything, every system on the boat is right in here. So you come down in here And I mean, you know, you have your hot water heater, you have all your manifold for your hot water, and then back here you have all your electrical. You know, you have your inverter, and then your MPPT controllers, and your smart chargers, and your whole electrical panel, and blocks, and fuses, and everything right there, and your batteries right there. It's got 3 of these 165 amp hours, so it's got what, 330, it's got almost 500 amp hours of battery, which is pretty nice for this boat. And then all your controls here. Your generator lives right here. This is, I believe this is your water tank right here, and then your fuel tank over here. So, and then, you know, engine start batteries and all that. You have all your breakers and everything here. And then, yeah, this is the fuel tank right here. And then, you know, engine controls and all that. And then your engine is back here. So you just come back here and you get back access to your engine. I think there's a light up there. I didn't get to it though, but so, you know, the 50 horsepower Volvo Penta, you can get around either side of it. And then, yeah, all your stuff that you would need to access to work on the boat is all right here. You just keep your tools down here and you can get anything you need. Okay, so that's the boat, the brand new 2024 Neel 43. We were fortunate enough to sail it for a couple weeks through the Keys. Second time I've sailed one of these. Really fun to sail. You know, you could set this up, make it your home. So if you'd like more information on this boat, you can scan the QR code there or click the link in the description to talk to Alex from Performance Yacht Sales. Thank you, sir, for letting us use your amazing boat. This boat is for sale. I think it's listed for $700,000. Be sure to tell him you saw it on Sailing Doodles. And, you know, I'd like to sail some of the other Neel varieties, because this second time I sailed this one, I want to get like in a 52 or a 47. Those are pretty cool boats too. So, all right, I need to start cleaning everything up and get out of here. So thank you guys for watching. Please click subscribe. And it is our patrons that make the channel possible. We really couldn't do it without you guys. I mean, honestly, you guys do so much for us. We try to return the favor by giving you early access to the videos, plus access to the uncut footage and behind the scenes videos and all that stuff. So, plus we do Ask Me Anythings where we answer all your questions. Thank you guys so much. I gotta get moving.